Hi, Cubby. This is Craig Hassenfuss here. Just wanted to check in with you. I know we went through a lot of information very quickly this afternoon. Just want to follow up with you and send over some of the digital versions of what I was talking about as well. I think I'm going to be fine with doing a lot of this stuff, even if we just do a rental. But obviously, if you're thinking about for sale and thinking about particularly if we're really trying to escalate that price point, then we want to push as much marketing at someone as possible to really try to get enough eyeballs out there to get ideally people fighting over this thing that we can really keep, we'll be able to get the right price for you on this. So we'll really be able to maximize your exposure and maximize your profits ideally. So just a quick overview of what's in the email below. One is it's a link to our photography. It's on the left-hand side of the email there. Just a quick link to some of our photography. That happens to be a loft that I really love the building, and they just did such a great job with the shots on that. Like I said, they don't just come in and take pictures. They'll do like 7 different exposures, blend them all together, so we'll get nice bright walls, and we'll still be able to capture that beautiful view out the windows there as well. And we do a lot more with the amenities in the building too. I'd shoot the roof, I'd shoot the lounge, I'd shoot the lobby, probably shoot the facade, and we might do some of what the next thing is our virtual tour. That was the thing that I showed you quickly on the phone, but there's a link to it. You can push that, and then it'll pop on your phone, and you can kind of move it around, and it walks. You can sort of like virtually walk through the apartment that way. So we might do some of those for the unit, or we might do some of those for the amenities, or maybe the view. I'd have to play around with some ideas and kind of figure out which ones might work best to really get the right pop for you. So that's the link in the middle. That is those 360 digital tours that we were talking about. And then the last one is a digital link to our show books as well. It's the same thing that you have in your hand, but it's the digital version. This is something that I use on marketing, like for responses. If somebody you get these generic responses from buyers who say, oh, interested in the listing. It's just whatever, they push the button essentially. So we'll usually send this back with them. It gives them something tangible. It gives them a lot more information about it. It's a very pretty presentation, and it helps convert just that initial inquiry into an actual appointment for them to see it. And also those things about the books is generally the thought on that is just that, a lot of times you'll go to see things. I mean, buyers will go out and they'll see like maybe 6, 7 things in one day, and a lot of times they'll just get this little flimsy piece of paper. It's tossed the first garbage can they see, but they feel a little bit more guilty about throwing out something that's a little more substantial. It doesn't fold up. You can't really fold it into a ball. And it has a lot better chance of getting to their house. So we want it calling them from the table, with like a day or 2 later. That place, that was really nice. Maybe we should go back, take another look. Maybe we should make an offer. So that's one of the strategies that we've used on it. And then obviously there's a lot of other stuff that I didn't get a chance to go over because, obviously it would make a big difference if we're going for sale or for rent. Some of it won't really apply to rentals, but we do some of the same things. We will do like a broker blast. I'll blast it out to about, I want to say it's about 8,000 brokers, and then I would also do a separate one to a lot of the brokers I know personally, reach out to them directly, and then also do a little bit more of a personal email to them as well. So just, I found I've had some great results like that. And I'll do that a little bit before it hits the market as like a little bit of a teaser. This way, we can kind of give it to somebody like we're giving them something special. I'm tipping them off to something that's coming up. Maybe I know it's going to hit in a day or 2. I'll give them a little bit ahead of it just to make them feel special. And like I said, I've had some great success with that in the past. I've sold a few properties with, went to the listing, signed it up, made a bunch of phone calls on the way out, and had a contract sent out before I could even get the pictures done. So I can't always promise it, but it's something that we do, and it's something that we, sometimes it works great. Another thing that we didn't talk about, but this could work, it could be interesting. I probably would do it either way for you, either rent or sale. We'll do sort of an open house, but an open house for the building specific. So we'll do, I'll do an invite to the building. I'll do a mailer to them to a special open house. We'll usually have it catered with maybe one of our partners at Wells Fargo or Chase. Just light hors d'oeuvres and just kind of a quick meet and greet for the building. Because a lot of times you find, particularly in buildings like this, that there's a lot of, sometimes it works for renters as well as buyers, that there'll be either people that love the building, that live in it already, or looking for another unit, maybe that, they have one as an investment, they want another one, maybe they want one for their family, maybe they have a lower floor studio and they want to upgrade to a penthouse with a view. So you never know. I mean, there's a lot of things like that, and even on the rental side of it too. Oh, I've been looking for something for my mother. I need to rent her an apartment or something like that. I'd love to have her close. So it can have some interesting effects both ways. And I think it would be something I probably would want to do for you either way. So that's one thing. We do, like I mentioned, we do partner with a bunch of different banks, and this is actually something we didn't get to talk about. There is some issues with that building as far as financing. I do have some sources for it. I know TD will do it. I have somebody at Citizens that will do it. I know, sorry, I have another bank that will definitely absolutely do it. But I checked with Wells, and it's on the do not lend list at the moment. Obviously, we can see if we can correct that as well. But we can talk about that as it goes forward. But anyway, here's a couple of those little things that we were talking about. Please let me know if you have any questions, if you want to go over anything, pricing for rentals, pricing for sale, whatever's good for you. And I'd love to get this thing wrapped up one way or the other for you very quickly. All right, talk to you soon, Cubby.